Hello, hello, people of the internet. It is I, Silverack Dragon, here, back with more Fate's Grand Order. Where today we are going to be continuing the Murder at the Hot Springs event, because it is a long one with a lot of story to be read. And well, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be reading more of the story. I believe we're approaching section 4. I have done a lot of farming in the weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get 2 sections done today. That would be amazing! But, all seriousness aside, rather serious mode now. Thank you so much for coming out. If you do enjoy, please be sure to drop this video a like. Comment down below if you have anything to say. Subscribe to the channel, helps me out, lets you know when new vids comes out. And if you want to catch me live, the description has links to the Twitch and Discord where you can follow or join to get those notifications. But doesn't look like there's any new missions to do. We're gonna go to the present box, which is again starting to get really cool. It was double success chance on CEs recently, wasn't it? Oh shoot, I forgot about that. Hey J6, welcome to stream. Happy things. Congrats on almost getting MLB Toko CE. Congrats. Can you send some luck my way about Aoko? Please and thank you. Real quick. Okay, it's just servants. It's only super and great success chance up for servants, not for CEs. If it was for CEs and I had forgotten about it, I would have been very disappointed with myself. NP. Whose NP do I have? I have a random Billy. NP2 Alco off 1 multi. Yeah, if you could send some of that luck my way, I would very much appreciate it, dude. Hang on, how much? I am actually getting low on QP again. Huh. I kind of didn't even realize I was at so little. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Go back to enhance. I've noticed recently, because I've been trying to bond up some servants, that I've got a fair few servants that are sitting at 1 for their skills, so I need to fix that. Starting off, of course, with Shizuki. We're gonna get his skills up to a nice and solid 6. You got Alice level 100 out of caster gem, so she's sitting at 666. Oof. Sad. Unfortunate. Again, I would like to roll for her, especially after seeing her NP. Her NP looks freaking amazing, but I don't have the quartz. I'm at a quartz deficit almost at this point. Hey Janice, welcome to stream. Happy things. You haven't missed anything, just boosting up Shizuki here because I realized I got a lot of servants that are sitting at level 1 for their skills. Alice has 2? Huh. That's pretty cool. Oh, animations. Gotcha. I thought she had 2 completely separate ones, but yeah. Still at the same quartz deficit. Like I said, I'm gonna wait until after the event is done to go for the roll again. I mean, I still have a couple weeks until the banner disappears, so I think I may as well wait. Gives me a chance to, I don't know, take a sponsorship, stream, donate more of my plasma, I don't know, something to make more money. Because I need money. Zahak had to max ascend Shizuki in order to get Alice. Ooh, that could work for Aoko as well, perhaps. So maybe the fact that I have him max ascended now could be a good way to get them to come home. Maybe, just maybe. But I'm just checking, how many tickets do I have at this point? Only 7. But yeah, these 2 are gonna be here for a while longer. I wish I could get them both. I really do, but not likely gonna happen. I'm probably gonna only be able to get 1 and not the other. And I exited out before I could enhance everybody. Not so. Scales. And then probably closer to the bottom. Yeah, I've been neglecting this. Ushi goes and doesn't even have her first skill up to a 2. Yeesh. But it's only a couple people, and then we get back to the event itself, where hopefully I can get more than 1 section done today. Please, game. Please. We got him, Odysseus, who I did put up on the level up order doc. He is on there. Excuse me, I did not forget him. I just don't have an image for him yet, because I'm kind of salty he came home when I didn't want him. Or anything like that. Excuse me. Finally got news about the second part of the race. What kind of news did you get? I think that's everybody. Is that everybody? I think that must be everybody. Bullying a company still works. Yeah, sadly that's a very modern day thing. Bullying companies works. Sadly, that is a modern day thing. Oh, you're talking about... Okay, gotcha. I thought you were talking about... Don't mind me, I'm being dumb. Anyways, before we get to the rest of the event, we have to claim mission rewards. Woo! And I got 9 friggin' things done. 60 berserkers gets us some points and unlocks 80 berserkers. 80 berserkers gets us nothing new. 20 casters unlocks 40 casters. 40 casters unlocks 60 casters. 60 casters unlocks 80. Dang it, I didn't get 80 casters done. At this point of releasing episode 1 of JoJo's Part 7, they're going to release episode 2. Good gracious, that is ridiculous. Why would you wait like half a year? Yeah, that's crazy. 60 Heaven Enemies gets us another talkative Detective Robin and unlocks 90 Heaven Enemies. 30 machines gets us 50 machines. 50 machines gets us 70, which... Okay, that's being weird and buggy. Weird. But we don't have 70. 9 neutrals gets us nothing. 15 reference rooms gets us 30 reference rooms. I think I might have enough points to clear out a fair bit more of the event. I think. Therefore I am. 400 antique lamps gets us 600. There's 8 sections, not 7. Dang it. Bond 3 Shizuki gets us NP Enhancer. 20 times with Shizuki gets us that, and 50 missions gets us that. And lastly, 9,000 total points unlocks the next main section. Good gracious. And yep, as we said, it's a long one, but I've got 12,000 points. That better be enough that I do not need to farm. Please. And then there was none. Alright, so, Aoko, how are you gonna die this time? You've hit your head, you've had your face caved in. What's it gonna be? Nice, J6, nice. Dun dun. Dun dun. Aoko ga shinda. Wait, Aoko is brown bread again? Lamau. Rip. Damn it, not just twice, but thrice? This might be the first time I've seen someone actually clear their own name. She really dead. Yeah, it's Ozaki, alright. Oh, third one anyway. It looks like she's been shot in the head with what appears to be a bullet. I mean, you know... First off, I love the humorous music going on as we're just seeing a dead body floating in the water. Gotta love the lighthearted music, but, you know, what else would really cause a gunshot wound to the head except for a bullet? And the hot water is preventing the blood from clotting, so she's still bleeding. It can't be certain about her time of death, but I would guess it happened when we heard the gunshot. It's usually a mistake to equate gunfire with the time of death, but in this case, that's probably right. There was still gunpowder smoke in the air when we got here through the changing room. 4. So it's been at least less than 10 minutes since she died. Her killer must still be nearby. If we can catch them and confirm they have a gun that was recently fired, then... There's no need for that. I did it. I killed her. I won't make any excuses. Go ahead. Arrest me. Kill me in revenge. Do with me what you will. Sugitani, no! Right, yours looks to be the only gun here, so it's safe to say that it's the murder weapon. But first, can you tell us what's going on? What kind of disaster happened here? What kind of... There's no way you'd believe me, even if... No, wait, the fact that you're here at all, maybe you would. Alright, I woke up earlier today and decided to take advantage of it to go to the secret spring. I didn't see anyone else's clothes in the changing room, so I thought I'd beat everyone to the punch, but Ozaki turned out to already be here, right? No, I was. There was another me here, along with a dead woman. The woman was standing over there with her back towards me, facing down the other me. I opened the glass door and stopped in my tracks, because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Then the other me made the first move. She aimed her gun and pulled the trigger with incredible speed. Way faster than anyone should be able to. And that was when she shot Aozaki. No, wait, I heard 2 gunshots. So, I see. The other Sugitani wasn't aiming for Aozaki. She was aiming for you, wasn't she? That's right, the other me tried to shoot me as soon as she saw my face. I wouldn't be alive now if it wasn't for that woman. Gosh, it's an Emiya situation! The older self is trying to kill the younger self. When will the... It's not exactly unaliving. I don't want to say the S word because that'll get this content flagged. When will the older self of a person stop wanting to kill the younger self of a person? Stop. Sugitani said she pulled the trigger, so... She jumped in front of me without a moment's hesitation and took the bullet meant for me to clean through her head. I was still reeling, but at the end of the day, I'm an exorcist, and luckily I hadn't gotten undressed yet. So I put a bullet through the other me's head before she could reload. 6 to 8 released in the same day. Okay, so those should be shorter. Excuse me. Man, that's a powerful bullet, capable of turning people to dust. And then the other me disappeared without leaving a body behind. That's everything that happened. The one would still be alive if it wasn't for me. I may as well have killed her myself. You said her name's Aozaki. She must be the sister of the woman who got killed on the first day, then. She was a good person. I never killed anyone willing to stick their necks out for someone else like that before. And... come on. Where's Aozaki number 4? That must have been hard, Rainbow. But don't take it too hard. Aozaki wouldn't have done that if she hadn't decided it was better for her to take the bullet than you. She was only thinking about herself. You didn't kill her at all. Exactly. Aozaki would never lay her life down for anyone else. She only ever acts on her own principles. It just so happens that whatever she does also ends up helping other people out. It's always been like that for helping her. Okay, out of curiosity, if she's an uber powerful mage, why didn't she use some magic, you know, to stop the bullet or destroy the bullet? I mean, I get that she does something related to time. She has time hacks that makes her powerful. I don't care. Okay, I don't care if you say you suck at magecraft. If you can mess with time, you are so far up on a power scaling set point. Interesting. You guys seem surprisingly upbeat. Am I the only one taking this seriously? There she is. There she is. So this is where my vital signs died out. Right on time. 2 people I don't recognize greeting me with a smile, and 2 others I know all too well wordlessly pressuring me. Oh, Robin, you're here too. What's going on? Is this some kind of prank? So she's like Shiro in that respect. Okay, I get what's going on here now. Sorry you had to explain all this to me 3 separate times now. And Sugitani, don't worry about what happened here. You didn't do anything wrong. You're forgiving me for killing you. I mean, I guess I'm not the one who shot you, but Exactly, you didn't shoot me, so this case is closed. Plus, you know, if she's a third-rate mage at anything other than bullets, how does she lose to a bullet? Like, just shoot the bullet with a bullet. Duh. Yeah, honestly, I'm grateful to you. You saved us a lot of time with our investigation by opening up to us so quickly. Exactly. If anyone's to blame here, it's Ozaki for being so careless. That goes for her safety and for those of us who have to worry about her. Hey, I said I was sorry. Believe me, I feel really silly laying my guard down this badly 3 times in one day, in one case. I guess that's the downside of not really having to worry about singularities until they're resolved. Plus, it also feels like my base output is lower than usual here. Is it? The other Alcos never mentioned anything about that. I mean, I get that, but considering this is not the heroic spirit Sugitani, I'm pretty sure that her bullet could beat, or that Alco's bullet could beat it. Hey, Zahak, welcome to stream. Happy things. Plus, that withstanding, again, she has timey-wimey shenanigans. She could have jumped in time enough to knock Sugitani out of the way or something. Like, not necessarily transporting herself, but, you know, however she does her little time jumps, appearing next to Sugitani and pushing her down. I don't think Redshift's been explained, but I'm guessing that's her super mode or whatever. Really? I'm sure it was the same for the other 3, too. They probably just didn't mention it because it would put them at a disadvantage. I guess there must be a why. How can I explain this? It kind of feels like I've been weighed down with a heavy backpack since I got here. Or like I left with a full tank of gas, but lost almost half the moment I arrived. I guess that kind of thing is not uncommon when you travel, but still. Anyway, where's Alice? So I'm guessing this, her being weakened is why she can't go Super Saiyan God. Oh no. Alice, we better not find a dead Alice. She's not with you guys? Then this mist, I knew it. She might still be in her room. Let's go back to the top floor and... Stop, we need to stay away. The mist's sure to be in the hallway now by now, too. Looks like you're right. I'm already seeing mist in the hall to the new building. What's with this mist, anyway? Is it bad? It's way worse than just bad. You'd instantly be lost forever if you so much as touch it. The mist chews up anyone who wanders into it, friend or foe. It doesn't know, and it doesn't care. It's called Wandersnatch, the Rose Hound. It's a ploy kickshaw that no one's ever managed to defeat. A terrible, murderous bounded field that Kuanji Alice only deploys when she means business. Redshift is byproduct of the 5th magic horde D to an EX. Well, EX is not necessarily anything amazing. EX just means it is outside of the normal quantifiable bounds. Somebody with EX rank strength could still lose to somebody with a C rank strength, after all. Doing good, relaxing, realized how Harry Potter vampires have nothing going for them compared to Twilight. Well, Tsukihime stomps both. You don't really see much regarding vampires in the Harry Potter books, when you really think about it. Which is, I mean, it's interesting that vampires got so little focus comparatively to so many other magical creatures, because other magical creatures are kind of more pop culture-esque compared to vampires, so... Yeah, vampires do exist in Harry Potter, but you very rarely see anything about them. I think maybe one of them is mentioned in the 6th book as being at the Slug Club Christmas party, perhaps? But yeah, vampires have a very minimal role in the Harry Potter books. Which, you know, I mean, at least it's not a trope being used. Alright, next battle. Next node, no battle. Bleh. Found out after messing with Google AI, coming up with all the ways to troll, rallying by introducing her to Type Moon. Dude, Type Moon verse stomps so many other verses. So many other verses are just stomped by Type Moon. That came from the hallway. What are you all doing here? Wait, I don't see that mist. Does that mean this place is safe? Oh, thank goodness for you psychics. What a relief. I know this world could end at any moment, but that doesn't mean I want to be one of the first people to die. Please calm down, Mr. Kumanoin. Can you tell us what happened? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Someone disappeared right before my eyes. Gotcha. That answers that then, J6. I was just over by the souvenir corner when... There we go. Now I'd better go check on the secret spring. Okay, I'm sorry, dude, but... How drafty is your hotel if mist is filling it up and you see nothing wrong with just random mist filling your hotel? How common does that happen? I wouldn't trust AI all the time, though, to be honest, Doc. Especially Google AI. Like, Google AI gets some weird stuff when you try and do anything with it. Oh, I don't know that. I've never been to the mountains. Okay, actually, I've driven on a mountain before when I was a kid. But, you know, that's in a vehicle, so not really the same thing. But I've never been to a hot springs, so... I've definitely never been to a mountainous hot springs. There you are, Yoshisuke. Did you grill sorry for breakfast this morning? I don't mind grilled food for breakfast, but couldn't you have opened a window first? All the smoke is really hurting my eyes. Oh, he just thinks the hotel's on fire! That's so much better. He just thinks some food is burning or being overly cooked. That's so much better. I was just brushing my hair out, too. Feels like half the world disappeared all of a sudden. It wasn't me, Lady Kashin. This is mist, not smoke. Someone must have left a door open, although it's rare to get this much fog out in this morning. Lady Kashin, your face, it's... My eye, it hurts. It's so bright. I can hear you, but I can't see you. Where are you, Yoshisuke? Oh no. Now it's affecting my right eye, too. I'm scared, Yoshisuke. My whole body's scared. I can't feel anything. Anything! Help me, Yoshisuke. It feels like the ox god is about to eat me alive. Wander Snatch is one of the three most powerful ploys. Damn. Yeah, this is terrifying. This feels like horror movie stuff, you know. I'm actually gonna look. Is there a horror movie where mist eats people? The Mist! A Stephen King... Okay, there we go. Oh no, the mist hides a creature. You know, fair point, J6, fair point. No way! You mean that shitty sorcerer, puppeteer is dead? Lady Gosh would never. But again, she really did disappear as though she's been eaten. Uh-oh. But... Be gone. That thing should have stopped buzzing off by now. Excuse me. Never mind that now. Close the door now before the mist gets in here. What about the other guests? Can you use the indoor phone line to contact them? Alright. I'll do that right now. Yes, that's right. Whatever you do, do not leave your room, and keep all the windows closed, too. You want to take a morning bath in the hot springs? Don't be ridiculous! No bath is worth risking your life. I'll let you know the moment anything has changed. For now, just stay put and wait until you hear from me again. You know, something I have noticed is that outside of the first spring, none of the other springs have really been utilized. Excuse me. He's more responsible than he looks. I think we can let him handle the other guests. The problem is, what do we do about the mist outside? If Alzaki is right, it'll bite us as soon as we touch it. What kind of mist is this anyway? Wouldn't it go away once the sun comes out? Not this one. It doesn't matter how sunny it is or how strong the wind blowing is. It'll never go away until it's made us all disappear. That's terrifying. That's what fairy tales are like. Don't lump them together with the haunting this inn. Thank goodness the other guests were still in their rooms. Psychics typically run away at the first sign of trouble, so I wasn't worried about them, but I guess with a family is a whole other matter. It's amazing how quickly you were on your phone. You think so? Well, things like this happen all the time around the inn, so... Why are you still smiling at me so creepily? I'll have you know I wasn't scared in the slightest. I have every faith that this is all one's power at work. Although this one is a bit of a hassle, I don't suppose there's anything you can do about it. What do you think, Alzaki? Anything we can do about it? Well, luckily it's not just me this time. Oh, this time Aoko's been in this before, hasn't she? Again, Toxic Yuri. With Shizuki, you know, there to ground them both. Between you, me, Soul, and Mash, we can figure something out. Ozaki, isn't that the name of the woman who passed away 2 days ago? This is her daughter! Huh? Daughter, how's that possible? For that matter, what happened here in the first place? What do you think? You want to tell him what you just told me? I don't think so. It's hard enough to believe under normal circumstances, and this is far from normal. Proprietor, the mist is something you weren't expecting either, right? Then you stay here and hide under the reception desk. We'll find a way to get rid of this mist. You just gotta make sure you've got a suitable reward ready to go. That's some big talk from a spoiled rich kid playing detective. Just do your best not to make Wan angry. That guy's got more backbone than you think. Don't know why he has to run his mouth like that, though. Maybe he just dislikes detectives. Maybe he just dislikes detectives for some reason. Anyway, nice job on getting him to promise us a reward, Tobimaru. Now I'm that much more motivated to solve this. So how are you gonna get rid of this mist? It's not just gonna go away on its own, right? Usually we'd ask Robin Hood, Jack, or Nursery Rhyme for their help with something like this. But I don't think we'll be able to summon anyone else in this singularity. Oh man. How would... Alice seems very, into fairy tales and the like. How... I gotta know. J6, you definitely have Alice. Zahak, Janice, I do not know if either of you have Alice, but do either of the two have lines for each other in Chaldea? I'm legitimately curious if... Does Alice or Nursery Rhyme have any lines for the other? Are we sure the mist makes you disappear? What do you mean, Soul? Both Sugitani and Kumanoin touched the mist and they're still here. Yeah, good point. Kumanoin was freaking out so much I didn't realize it sooner, but you're right. What's going on, Azaki? This doesn't match what you told us about the mist at all. You mean you guys came here from your rooms? You weren't here to begin with. I've dealt with this mist before, so I got through it by keeping my coordinates fuzzy, but does this mean I didn't have to? Maybe not. I was laying low in the hallway after I killed the other me. Her reaction to Liz made her want to create a plot based off her, but the moment she saw the sheer amount of Ellie, she said it's impossible. That's hilarious. I would love to, but I still need to get Aoko. I've only got enough quartz for one multi right now, and I really need to start saving for summer. It's like 3 months away, and I need to get Aresh and Achan. And those other guys didn't see me at all thanks to the mist. I was touching it the whole time, too. Must have been around 10 minutes at least. I see. Alice's mist usually works instantly the moment you touch it. But it looks like it's not as strong this time. This must mean there's a delay between touching the mist and the Wandersnatch's mouth showing up. Alright, if it's safe to touch the mist for a little bit, then let's split up and look for Alice. Even she wouldn't use her precious ploy kickshaws in front of other people if she could help it. We should assume this Wan thing has possessed her, and cause her to lose her mind. So, don't even think about trying to reason with her or save her. The moment you find her, you should just contact everyone else and we'll meet back up here. I know, but hey, okay, so Marie took 300 quartz, then Jalter, you know, she's moved up in the high tiers of the waifu rankings, so I needed to get NP2 on her banner, you know. The chance was there, and she was the only one of the main waifus that was not NP2 at the time. So I had to do it. And again, if I need to sell more of my plasma, I will sell more of my plasma. The only way we're going to stop her is if we gather our forces and hit her with a surprise, no-holds-bars attack. Again, you know, Aoko, if we just, you know, locked you, Alice, and Shizuki in a room, you probably wouldn't die. Alice would probably get under control. It would be fine. Shizuki's a servant now. He's got the stamina, I'm sure, to keep up, so what's the problem here? You three clearly got something going on, so. Fine, I'll stay here and coordinate communications. As for security... Okay, it's time we get all our intel in order. Sojiro, I'd like you to stay here and take notes for me. The other teams will be Soul and Mash, and Naozaki and Sugitani. If you find Kuanji or anything else suspicious, come back and let me know right away. And while you're out there, it'd be a big help if you could check on the other guests' rooms, too. Alright, let's get to work. Don't leave any corner of this inn unturned. Hey, I got 10,000 points. I can keep going. Woo! Okay. And? So what if she's a couch potato? This is the attic of the old building, but I'm not seeing any signs of life. Oh, wasn't there like a reversing mirror situation or something in here? Are we dealing with an evil Alice? Hey Shizuki, if evil Alice is got white hair and yellow eyes, I call dibs. Alice must be somewhere in this new building after all. Mash. We know she wasn't eaten, so... Too bad, that usually only happens when you're alone, but the rules are different here. This is where I live, you see. Once you look it in the eye, your days will be gone for good. It's fine that you have good instincts, but if you're going to come here without a plan, you two will just end up as the first sacrificial couple. Oh, we're in a mirror. Nope. We've been trapped in the mirror. Nah, we're fine. A tragic game over, eh? Curiosity sure kills the cat. That was a fright. First, assess the situation. Be patient, play main quests in places you haven't investigated. Make sure you've got a solid footing before you go for the prize. Oh, was I supposed... I just saw the number. I didn't think I needed to do something. I did not realize I needed to... Okay, that's on me. I didn't even see the second to next pointer, to be honest. Well and truly, did not see it. Alright, let's go to the second floor corridor then. I swear, my vision has gotten better, guys. We've been in the mist for 9 minutes now, Master. I think we should go inside a room and get away from it for a while. How about this one here? That's the indigo room where Shiro is staying. I hope he doesn't mind us dropping in. Shiro. Shiro. He's not here, even though Mr. Kumonoi told everyone not to leave this room. No signs of the mist in here. Let's go check the other guest rooms. I have a feeling something terrible might be happening. She's not here either. Damn it, Alice, where are you hiding? I can't even sense her magical energy. Is she not in the building? Or maybe she's dead? You shouldn't say things like that. This girl's your partner, right? Unless you have some reasons to believe she's dead. Oh, just wishful thinking. It'd be better for her to be dead than possessed. Yeah, why is that? There's no way she'd be using magecraft to attack people indiscriminately while she was still alive. That'd be real bad for all sorts of reasons if she was. But since that's what seems to be happening right now, then I'd rather she was dead, and that our magical energy was just leaking from her body or something. I know she'd preferred that to her body being taken over. And here I thought you sounded heartless, when it was coming from a deep understanding. You just don't want her to suffer. But I think you might be a little late. Like you said, there's a real good chance the spirit's controlling her. There's no telling what might happen at this inn. Whatever you people are, you could easily get possessed yourselves if you're not careful. You seem to know a lot about this inn, Sugitani. What exactly is this place? Here it was once the domain of an ancient lord of this mountain. They only started running a hot spring inn here in the last 100 years or so. It's more about youth, more specifically about youth being thrown in bigger problems than their selves with no fault of their own. Okay, again, just because it doesn't have a romance tag does not mean that just means no romance occurred in there. This takes place after, and clearly they've got something going on. I can sense the tension, you know. And I think it all started with Caution. Caution, that's the exorcist girl who lives in this inn, right? Do you know her, Sugitani? Yeah, she pretends to be a girl, but there's no telling what she really is. About 2 years ago, during a spring, I messed up a job and almost lost my leg and stomach. Some kind of evil spirit made them rot from the inside. Caution said Kumano's hot springs could heal me, so I gave them a shot, and this was the result. What do you mean? You look perfectly healthy now. The thing is, I used to be a guy. Whoa. Caution said my old body was beyond repair, so she made a new one to replace it. I see. So, did you come back here to get revenge or something? Nah, I wouldn't do that. She did save my life, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't still pissed. I mean, hey, I'm all for them. If all three of them want to be together, then that's fine. Again, I feel the tension. And again, I feel some measure. Like, it's probably some very low levels of it, but I feel some low-level toxic fury between Alice and Alco. Just saying. Used to feel that same kind of energy from Jalter and Salter, but then Jalter really started to become her own person, so. He's here, then all you need in a fight are me and him. You could even say that our compatibility is of nebular proportions. So yeah, she is definitely into him. Alice definitely is into Shizuki. And again, just, I would love if all three of them could come to Chaldea. They can have their own singular master bedroom if they want. But if it gets them to come home, then I'll be fine. You know? I've got Shizuki fully leveled now, outside of his skills, but that's fine. Hopefully Alco will come home, and then Alice, maybe a YOLO ticket will get her. So I came here to ask if there's a way to get my old body back. Don't tell Souls Group, okay? So it's a matter of pride, huh? I don't get it, but it's probably not my place to say anything. But now Caution's been lost to this mist. Part of me rather just make a run for it and get off this damn mountain. But now that I owe you a debt, I'm gonna stick around until you find your partner. Okay, we keep going. I guess the reflection room is the last room we do, then. No one here either. No, there isn't. This is the Chimera room where Yogi was staying with her family. I see 3 people's worth of luggage, but no actual people. Neither Shiro nor Ryoki seem like careless people to me. I can't imagine they'd be so quick to ignore Mr. Kumanoin's instructions to stay in their room. Unless he didn't actually talk to them. Ooh, that could be things. Maybe he feigned calling them. Since I don't think we'll find any answers in here, we should focus on finding Alice and having her undo this bounded field as soon as possible. Let's go back to the Sky Room, Senpai. Maybe there'll be a clue there as to where Alice is. Or make specific means he's hiding something. Interesting. I mean, you know, I'm sure Reen has the similar feelings to with regards to Shiro. This is the raven-haired room where Fujinon is staying. I'll check the living room area. You look for anything else that might be out of place. So this is where Fujinon is staying, huh? Her name didn't come up much when Soul and Mash filled me in on the past few days. Do you know anything about her, Sugitani? What? What was that? You sound like I suddenly grew horns or something. Sorry, it's just I can't believe you're an exorcist and you've never heard of the Twister before. She's the founder of the Senrin Dojo Satsuryu, 1,000 Leagues Telekinetic Kill School, and she's one of the person here you don't want to mess with. Wait, there's a school where you can learn telekinesis? Where do I sign up? I want to learn telekinesis. She can curse people at a distance, or even on the other side of a wall and twist them like an old dishcloth. That's how she got her nickname, the Twister. Seriously? So she doesn't even have to be in the same room as someone to kill them? Why didn't her name come up as a suspect in my murder then? Probably because you always died from head trauma. Everyone knows that's not the Twister's style. That said, you make a good point. What is someone that dangerous doing here? You can't just be to banish spirits. If anything, she's the kind of person you'd want banished herself. She wouldn't have any reason to come here. See, I think Soul's theorized all the guests have their own secret reasons for being here. Yours was... Alright, that must be why you went to the secret spring this morning. Hey, don't just blurt out. It's embarrassing. What about you? Why did you come all the way out here? You don't seem like the type to depend on a secret springs. Maybe the ones with bigger secrets here are actually... Ozaki, where'd you go? Uh-oh. Ozaki Gashinda! Pisses her off the moment she first met him, but since then he's like a good dog. So yeah, she definitely has feelings for him. Sky room. So you don't even need to be in the mist to go poof. She wasn't in here or the neighboring room. Let's see, nothing unusual in the washroom. All I found was a little water bowl for Robin. But more importantly, now that it's just the two of us, Senpai, can I talk to you something a little complicated for the moment? Sure, yeah. It's about Tsukiji. Specifically something that happened when I was guarding him over the past 2 days. Even though he isn't involved in the world of mystics, he has no problem accepting supernatural phenomena like magecraft, singularities, and ray shifts. I'm guessing that probably has to do with the kind of person he is. However, during our investigations, he's been going off on his own at 6 in the evening on personal business. I got curious and decided to follow him yesterday, and saw him quietly going into the old building as if to avoid drawing attention. That is sus. I then heard him talking to someone around the corner, though I couldn't tell who it was since I had to stay out of sight. It's the older Shizuki. I'm telling you, the older Shizuki is up and around. But I heard him saying things in a very serious tone, like, this is definitely the place, I'm gonna keep my promise, and this will all be over in 2 more days. Mash, no. Wait, what if the disappearing is a protection? The disappearing could be a way to protect from the mist. That's possible. So what do you think of today's issue of Daily Algo Murders, Tobimaru? Ozaki said she's here to save the world. Does this mean whoever's been killing her wants to destroy it? Yeah, that much is clear. Along with Ozaki's accomplishments, she may be ending up dead every day, but her plan is still succeeding. She's both the victim and the perpetrator. In fact, I bet her killer feels like they're the real victim here. So you think her killer is gnashing their teeth in frustration? Why? Why do you think Aozaki keeps ending up dead? It's because whoever's killing her isn't achieving their goal. I don't know what it is they're trying to do, but the end result is that Aozaki's stopping it every day. Let me see, so if this were to say football, it'd be like Aozaki's running interference. Exactly, but this mist has nothing to do with our poor killer's thwarted plans. I don't know where Kwanji went or why she's creating the mist, but I'm sure Soul and Mash will find her and resolve this soon enough. In the meantime, you and I should focus on getting to the bottom of what's going on with Aozaki. For one thing, do you really think she was telling the truth when she said the world could end? It sure doesn't seem that way to me. That being said, it also didn't seem like she was making it up. And then there's the omnipotent secret spring and the Holy Grail, was it? They said they can grant any wish you might have, but I can't believe any one person's wish could really destroy the world. Of course it could! Take, for example, I wish a black hole spawned in the core of the Earth. That would destroy the world. Or, I wish that a meteor filled with enough minerals to make me rich would crash into my backyard. Core. I said core. And that meteor filled with enough materials could be highly destructive. Plus, the Earth has plenty of corners. It's not a perfect sphere, after all. You could even say that the peaks of mountains are corners, or edges, I guess. What do you think? Sono G? Is that a nickname from the visual novel? Sono G? I would love context on that. You can tell when she's being serious or not. I mean, you two are a thing, right? See, other people see it as well. Which question are you trying not to answer now? Whatever. I'm gonna go wash my face and freshen up. Tobimaru. Going back to Alice. Tobimaru? Hey, I don't need to go to the inverse reflection room. Rather, I can't. I guess Mash is currently in the mirror realm, so... Anyone here? Sorry, it's just me. Tobimaru and Mr. Kumanoin are both gone. They vanished when I wasn't looking. I mean, it seems like he might be right. Which, again, lends credence to my make the three of them a thing. I'm guessing the same thing happened with Mash. Here, have some tea to try to calm down. Glad you're still okay. You too. I wasn't too worried, though. Since you're my master now, I figured I was okay. You must be too, then. That said, the situation is dire. Sugitani Aozaki might be gone now, too. Excuse me. Okay, but yeah, Aozaki's gone. Alright, forgot my manners again. Sugitani Renbo, reporting back. What did you guys find out? So, he eventually grew to like her then. Hey, Infinity Lord, welcome to stream. Happy things. Alright, how did everyone go poof? It wasn't Thanos that did it, at least, because they didn't disappear into dust, so... It was not Thanos nor Iron Man that made them turn to nothingness. We can at least confirm that. Thank you, Infinity Lord. Missed a line of dialogue. All the guests who were staying in the new building are gone. Tobimaru vanished when I was looking away from him. It sounds like the same thing happened with Aozaki and Mash. You turned around and they were gone. It can't because we spent too much time in the mist either. Soul and I have been walking around just as much, so if that was all it took, we'd be gone too. And the other guys who up and vanished didn't touch the mist at all. Most of the loose ends were tied. That's cool. Tobimaru's first reaction was to convince Shizuki not to follow the dark side as his friend. I think he kind of already fell to the dark side, though, is the thing. So that must mean there's something besides the mist making people disappear. And of course, Janice, it's not a man and woman, it's a man and two women, you know? This is like... This is just like how Reen has her harem route in the good end of UB-Dub. So, you know, of course it can't happen. Saber can be very passive, Reen is very hot-headed, and Shiro is kind of, you know, dull. Wouldn't call a hammer a platonic. I didn't say platonic, you know. Again, I'm seeing parallels here, man. I'm just saying there's parallels. Fate, parallels are a big thing. Oh, speaking of, I don't remember what it is, but I think Fate, I think the Fate prototype fragment of the Silvery Sky is getting an official English adaptation by Yen Press, I think I saw. I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I can't find that. Yeah, so it is getting an Fate prototype Fragments of Silver Skies getting an official translation. Huzzah! Like and love when translated from JP to English could be easily misunderstood. Fully reasonable, but I mean, again, it's more just the context clues for how the three of them behave that makes me kind of feel like they have feelings for each other. Because again, I've not played the original visual novel, so just based on everything here, I'm getting that feeling. Monaka content. Isn't she the one that's kind of obsessed with Proto-Arthur? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Hazaki must have got it wrong. I'm sorry. She's had some nasty experiences with Alice's Mist before, so I don't blame her for being wary of it. Oh, she's also Ayako's sister, correct? It's, Monaka Sojo, right? But it definitely seems like it's not the Mist disappearing people, but some other kind of rule. Well, we know Caution didn't disappear by whatever the power is. Caution definitely got munched on by the Mist. Some other kind of rule. So what kind of rule can even when you're cooped up in your own room? Looking into mirrors. Oh. So you finally figured it out? Took you out long enough. Robin, the same one who's been flying around all morning acting like he knows something. So you did notice I was here. Well, Robin Hood, I thought you guys were leaving me on hold or something. That's right, this time the culprit isn't the Mist, but mirrors. It traps you in the mirror world if you look into one by yourself. It's Wandersnatch Altar. Did that bird just talk? Has the whole world finally lost its damn mind? Yeah, it talks, but don't bother listening to it. It usually just runs its speak without thinking. Not this time. So you knew, Robin? Why didn't you tell us? That's right, I've been your enemy all along. I've been watching over you city boys like a hawk. A Robin hawk. What do you think I am, a bird? Well, yeah, I am. But I'm also Miss Alice's friend through thick and thin. Even if I don't get much screen time, I'll never testify against her no matter what. By the way, I saw the original, like, drawn comic of that GIF you posted. They voiced it very well. I see, so where is she right now? The inverse reflection room, duh. You know, the one in the attic. She secretly woke up early to check it out, but she totally underestimated the mirror and got possessed. Lol, lol, lol. So this is where all that commotion was coming from. Where's that useless good-for-nothing bird brain? Dust. Ooh. Good day, my fair survivors. How fortunate that there are still 3 of you left. You must be very lucky indeed. But of course, luck is exactly what a good horror protagonist needs, isn't it? You're not wrong there. Most horror protagonists are very lucky. Tell you what, I'll make a 2-hour movie out of each of you. That means 6 whole hours of fun in total. This really is your lucky day. I get a 2-hour movie made about me? Yay! Although, serious talk here, I did do a little bit of research after Ordeal Call 2. Ordeal Call 2 was supposed to take, like, less than 5 hours to do. It took me, like, at least 3 times that to do it. How bad of tangents did I get off on? Her dark power levels are off the chart. It's gotta be an imposter, right, Sojiro? There's no way the real Kuwanji could be that wicked. What's that face supposed to mean? Say something, damn it! Of course that's an imposter, but don't shoot her yet. There's still a chance it could actually be her. The real Alice's jokes are so sophisticated that they're impossible to tell from tragedies. I may be an imposter, but I have to say you really are as blunt as the real Alice remembers. Anyway, I'm the spirit that haunts the inverse reflection room. I'm a projection of the shadows from the deepest recesses of Kuwanji Alice's mind. I'm not trapping you for my own amusement, I think. I'm just fulfilling my role as a twisted reflection of my victim. I just wanted to say that in the real Alice's defense, although I can't deny she has questionable tastes. There, see? Even she admits that Alice has more than her share of dark power. So, this is her dark reflection. Does that mean Alice questions her own tastes in Shizuki? Because I just can imagine the whole, even she has questionable tastes, is said while looking at Shizuki. And I will not deny I go off on tangents. Sojiro, don't say anything for a while, okay? You said it. Alright, so what's an inverse imposter like you doing here? I came here to see your faces become twisted with terror, of course. Since you already figured out my mirror rule, I'll switch over to the mist one right away. The real Wondersnatch is usually too vicious for my taste, but a little spatter now and then can certainly mix things up. If you want to survive, you'll have to make your way to the inverse reflection room before I change the rules again. I'm going to play my very best game with you, as a sign of respect for having made it this far. Oh no, Alice went poof. Damn it, so she thinks she can kill us whenever she wants, huh? Too bad for her, we got you and Sojiro, and he knows the real Kuwanji. Knowing where she is now, we just have to get there and punch the spirit's lights out directly. Right, Sojiro? Oh, did she put you with... I'm curious, too. I'm curious, but I can't know because I've not played. Okay, serious question about how long is the original VN for this? Not Vagrant, but you know what I mean. You made it. Come on in. I'm in the back. We can't dance by the stairs. If you want to exercise me, you'll need to be brave and keep moving. First, we're doing this. Shatter mirrors, that's not a bad idea. I might be willing to go charging in, but the inverse reflection room is covered in mirrors. We'll never be able to get close to that Alice imposter in the back of the room without those surrounding us. The mirrors won't be able to trap us as long as we stick together, right? All we gotta do is keep an eye on each other and make sure we're not separated. Not so sure. If that was her goal, she'd try to lure us in one by one. There must be a reason she told us all to come together. Maybe she has some secret cheating rule that only applies to her or something. Good point. That doesn't seem like something she'd pull. Any ideas, Soul? Yeah, just blow the roof off. Okay, let's go with that. Rainbow, you bring up the rear, Soul and I'll take the front. Just blast the roof off. Then the mess will flow out. There's not going to be any mirrors if there's no roof and walls. Forget I was a sniper. As long as the storm shutters are open, this is like shooting fish in the barrel. No fair breaking my mirrors from the outside. Now you've ruined the special rule line with all the trouble of making. Let's get her, Master. Do your thing. We're shutting down this house of mirrors. Permanently. Well, you know, I think he'd forgive us for property damage if we saved his life, so... just saying. Alright. We're just gonna go with... oh, We need him in the party. Just let it auto set up. Sure. Hey, it looks like I chose the right CE. Alright. Let's go. I mean, think about it this way. If you were going to be trapped forever in a mirror dimension unless somebody defeated your captor, and all it took for them to do so was to blow your roof away, wouldn't you want that to happen? Right, she has a lot of guts. Ugh. He's got an attack down. Oh, is that a normal thing he has, to decrease his HP with normal attacks? Legit question here. You would... Wow. I'd be fine with my roof being destroyed if it meant saving my life. Double NP... Oh wait, double NP, so I don't want to use this yet. 3 turns FA death damage. After 1 turn, change all command cards to the selected type and increase the selected card effectiveness for yourself. Okay. Let's choose Art for next turn. Alright, let's see what his attacks look like. So this will kill him, but that's fine. I kind of want to see what his MP looks like. Alice and Alco helping out. Okay. Okay, that's cool. He just disappears. That is pretty slick. Have fun. The tragedy starts here. Same scroll. Yeah, I did notice. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty dang sick NP. Okay, it's just the passive effect here. Alright. In that case, Melt, it is dance time. I know she's got a lot of guts, but it'll be fine. Yeah, that was a pretty cool looking NP, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, never mind. Oh, well. That's kind of, you know, I thought she just had 3 guts. Huh, works for me. Oh no, I need to complete another mission. Are you kidding me? I don't have... Okay, it was just 13,000. Whew, I about had a freak out there. I almost freaked out a little bit. Hey, you get a command code! Anti-Magecraft Armor Rocket Launcher! A weapon favored by a certain evil monk. It is the latest model from NFF Services, sold on the black market by a capable, beautiful secretary. Traditional weapons are fine, but they're tricky to handle, you see. If it's an excellent weapon, I'll use it. That's all there is to it, is his claim. It boasts enough power to pierce composite armor, developed from the pinnacle of modern technology and magical theory that is impervious to most conventional firearms. Interesting. Only 2 ways for a Minster witch to die. And what are those 2 ways? Oh, she has to go around apologizing to everyone. That has to be awkward for her. She seems like such an introvert. And so Miss Alice personally apologized to all the other guests. If that isn't a Christmas miracle, I don't know what is. Honestly, getting to see something that rare makes this a net positive in my book. I have no recollection of these events whatsoever, but I'm still very sorry for all the trouble I caused you. I'll make sure I remember this for the rest of my life so this kind of thing never happens again. Yep, even after he was told to get rid of it, after it led to Koyan poisoning us, he kept it on him all the same. Hey, yeah, we at least got to experience living in a fairy tale. Exactly, the important thing is that everyone who disappeared made it back safely. I wouldn't go so far as Robin, but I would say we came out even. Well, except for all the time we wasted. Was that last part really necessary? I'm sure Alice went off on her own for a reason. Right, Alice? There's no way you went to check on the haunted room as a part of your morning walk? I'm not sure I did have a reason. Is that so wrong? What do you mean? Don't tell me you're still haunted. I'm sorry. It's my fault Alice went off on her own. I should have been more precise when we were talking last night. Is that true, Alice? It's fine. This is my decision. So now that we're all caught up, I have some evidence I'd like to present. Robin! The black box you found in the attic, right? On it! Ah, the Bazette's briefcase! Yes, Shizuki, remember how you were acting strange in front of the inn yesterday? That made me curious enough to go check the attic, where I found this briefcase hidden in a floor hatch behind a mirror. Does this help? Definitely. Thanks, Alice. Soul, you said the passcode you got from Bazette was 2005-1028, right? Okay, let's try opening it. Again, I still love that that is the passcode. It's a bunch of documents, reports, I think. Oh, wait, this is the clock tower cipher. Let's see. We have determined that observation records from May 1st, 1999 to May 6th, 1999 for XX Japan no longer exist. We believe this to be the result of tampering with history or a branching point for the pruning theoretical phenomena. The association has sent a local seal designation enforcer to investigate the anomaly. The church will assign a local substitute priest to supervise. Signed, Lord Brashan of the Folklore Department. Brashan is one of the deans of the whole clock tower? I have no idea, because that was so elite. Gasp! Lord Brashan! I cannot believe it is him! That is such a big reveal! I have no idea who that is, obviously. I'm guessing the big reveal is yet to come. So the Mage Association was aware of the anomaly at the Kumano Hot Springs, too. Or at least they were 2 years ago, since this report is from 1999, and it's 2001 now. So it's like they found a glitch in their logs from the last 2 years. Right, the Mage Association didn't know the details either. How could they, since they couldn't observe this place? Do you think Alco 1 was somehow involved with this anomaly from 2 years ago? I'm sure she was, or rather, I'm still tangled up in it as we speak. So Alco 1 was first sent here in 1999, then she jumped 2 years later to some kind of trouble, and got killed while she was trying to get back. She must have been exhausted. Some documents about the employees. So it would seem. This one has Mr. Kumanoin's picture in background. Let's see. Kumanoin Yoshisuke, former entertainer, retired in 1997 to begin working at the Kumano Inn. Age 28, Kumanoin used to only be his stage name, but he had his name legally changed when Kumano Inn's proprietor adopted him. Birth named Kinomi Hosuke. What did you just say? Something wrong? You're kidding me. That was Kinomi? No wonder I found him so aggravating, Aozaki. I know, let's go collar him and make him cough up everything he knows right now. Do you know this Kinomi person? Kinomi Hosuke is Tsukiji and Shizuki's old classmate. Even Naoko found herself at wit's end with him. Come now. We should go as well. If they accidentally strangle him to death, we'll have lost a crucial lead. Honestly, I had no idea who that is, so... This is feeling more and more like a sequel to Mihoyo. I'm gonna say it now. It just feels like a straight-up sequel at this rate. Well, now you look such a fright. What is it this time? A walking skeleton or such? You could say that. We are just about to rip off your mask and see who we're really dealing with. We know it's you, Konomi. Give it up. Oh, so you figured it out. I'll no need to bother with a disguise anymore then. Yep. That is a drastic difference. Hey guys, it's me, your cure for a humdrum life, the one and only Konomi Hosuke. I'll be damned, it really is you, Konomi. How the hell did you change your bone structure? Pretty cool, right? It's all thanks to Kashin's meticulously made prosthetics. Anyway, life comes at you fast. Here I was, living a quiet life in the mountains. Then the next thing I know, His Highness Tobimaru shows up. Shizuki is suddenly 10 years younger. Alice is as stone-cold beautiful as ever, and Perez keeps dying and comes back to life. Did you guys plan a class reunion or something? Because I sure never got an invitation. How could we send you when we don't know your address? You didn't even tell your parents where you live now. Alright, I remember now. You know how I got to be a fairly famous comedian, right? That's why I started keeping my address under wraps. Man, it's rough being popular. There has to be a more recent thing with the collab events, because the Aprilia event was definitely not a continuation. It could be argued that Requiem isn't a sequel. I meant sequel for Aprilia. But then again, Requiem has not been updated in years, so Lord only knows with that. Trying to think, what are the other collabs that could be... I mean, Arcade, technically yes. The Arcade collab is a sequel to Arcade's story. I don't know enough about Samurai Remnant to say otherwise. What do you mean by Prez? Alright, guess I ought to properly introduce myself, huh? I'm Konomi Hosuke. I knew the detective and his trusty assistant there back when we were all in high school. By Prez, I mean Ozaki, because she used to be our student council president. Oh yes, she runs such a tight ship, not even Konomi here could stand up to her. That aside, Konomi, I'm surprised you didn't freak out after seeing Ozaki getting killed every day. Don't you worry, what might happen when Ozaki's family found out you let their daughter die at your inn? Oh yeah, sure, deep down I was freaking the hell out. Back when you said the first dead woman's name was Ozaki, I thought I was a goner for sure. But then, when she died again, I thought, I knew she was still alive, but now she's dead. Again. Felt a little better after that, but this morning's death shook me so bad I thought I might get a heart attack. Alright, that's when we heard Ozaki's corpse and Ozaki herself. Come to think of it, you were pretty taken aback by that. Ozaki isn't the name of the woman who passed away 2 days ago. Daughter? How's that possible? For that matter, what happened in here in the first place? Well, of course I was. I mean, the Perez getting married? That's way scarier than any ghost story. Oh. Go, Sojiro. I can't kill him if you keep holding me back. I'm sorry this is all happening so fast that I'm having trouble following along. Am I right in assuming that your reactions that Konomi here isn't a bad person? You absolutely are, miss. Man, who is this girl, guys? She's so nice. Listen here, old man, you back the fuck off. You stay away from my Masho. Yeah, that's right, Mash. Konomi might be a scoundrel, but he'd never do anything truly evil. Okay, I guess this is 2001. Which makes it creepier, because Mash is... Yeah, it's still creepy. So Kumanoin is no longer a suspect, then. I don't care if your name's Yoshisuke or Hosuke. My question's still the same. What is your omnipotent secret spring? What are you up to gathering all these psychics in one place? Just tell us the truth. I won't be mad. If you come clean, I'll even spare your life. Really? I don't know, Perez. You're pretty much always mad. I think I'm gonna have to call a lawyer first for my protection. Oh, so those are your last words? That's pretty gracious coming from you. It's a joke, a joke. I'll talk. You want to know why I've been gathering psychics here, right? I just wanted them to get rid of the spirits haunting the inn. That's all. Yeah, I might have tempted them with a wish-granting spring, but really that's my only goal here. It was just a marketing campaign to drum up business for the inn. The way things were going, I'd have been shut down for good. Certainly seems like it. So why the disguise? Now that's because the first psychic I called was just the worst. He had like 5 apprentices, and they all spent their whole 3-night stay doing nothing but partying. Granted, that's probably because he was a fake I knew from my TV days, but still. So I asked Lady Caution for help, and she said, nobody will take you seriously like that. Why not disguise yourself as someone scarier? Yeah, to be fair, his disguise was pretty creepy looking. I guess there was one more reason I had to pretend to be someone else. After business started booming thanks to word of mouth with the wish-granting springs, I went around and got a bunch of funding to build the new building. Then, when business dried up, I had to start worrying more about debt collectors than ghosts, you know? So you had no new customers and no way to pay off your debts. Talk about a rock in a hard place. Just to be sure, let me ask you this. Have you ever wished for the whole world to end? Oh, where'd that come from, your highness? You're not getting fed up with life, are you? Sure, I'd like to wipe my slate clean, but I'm not looking for a total reset. Things might be hard right now, but the Kumano's Inn's my pride and joy. Hey, as long as you're alive, there's always a chance things can turn around, right? Yeah, it's Konomi, alright. It's almost refreshing how self-servingly optimistic he is. Well, at least this definitely eliminates him as a suspect. I guess we'll just have to be happy with that. That being said, he's still this inn's proprietor. Alright, Konomi, what's in the room of no opening? I told you, I don't know. I can't get it open. If I could, I would have been the first in the door. What about the legend of Wanwan, then? Oh, I made that up. There was a legend about a monster in Kamado who could see the future, but that wasn't enough to draw in the crowds, you know? You ever hear of the Holy Grail? A chalice that can grant any wish? I guess you wouldn't. It's pretty deep lore, after all. Anyway, I heard there was a crazy 4th-dimensional treasure back there, so I decided to dress it up as more Japanese style. A chalice is just a fancy cup, right? Well, wan can mean cups in Japanese, so that's where I got Wanwan from. How do you know about the Holy Grail? Who was it that told me about it again? It's probably one of the guests I had 2 years ago, around the time I started spreading the Wanwan rumors. Okay, so I guess the proprietor is not a suspect. Final note of Section 4. Please tell me I can do Section 5 right away. We got the scene anyways. Woo! We didn't even need to go back and change genders to see the other scene. That's hilarious. Man, I still can't believe Yoshisuke was actually Konomi all along. Though, come to think of it, I did hear he went into comedy after he graduated. Did you know who he was, Alice? Wait, you knew? Quiet. I don't want Tsukishi to hear us in the men's bath. And no, strictly speaking, I didn't know it was him. I've been to this inn before, but he was just a regular employee back then. I didn't see him this time, so I didn't say anything because I thought he might have quit. I see, so you didn't think he'd disguise himself. You said you'd been here before, so you actually left your house voluntarily. How'd that happen? It just worked out that way. I thought I could relax at this inn since it was far away up in the mountains away from civilization and crowds. Besides, it's been 10 years since you left on your journey, so I thought I could stand to go on at least one trip per year, too. Remember, the last thing you said to me before we parted ways was, the only thing you lack is social skills. Oh man, you're still hung up on that? Oh, Alice, talk about sour grapes. Still can't forgive Konomi for not telling us the truth, but I do still appreciate him for letting us reserve the outdoor bath. Maybe the reason why he's only nice to you as Yoshisuke is because he still had something resembling a conscience. That aside, I wonder why he made a stage named Kumanoin. Wouldn't that make sense to keep it as close to his real one? What do you mean? The name sounds just like something Konomi would use. It's got Kuma in it and everything. Bear. Remember that Chinese restaurant Kumari's dad owned? That was pretty much the one we pretty much owe our lives to. So you mean the Kuma part is a pun on the Mad Bear? Mad Bear. I only know what Kuma means because of Monokuma. Mad Bear was the name of a Chinese restaurant where Konomi and I worked part-time back in high school. Kumari was the owner's surname. He had lots of sons and one daughter, Kojika. She was in our grade, and she and Aozaki were really good friends. That sounds like it might have ended in a tragedy, considering the past tense being used. You know, I just realized today's the 4th. I didn't think we'd be staying this long when we got here. Still, our job's basically 90% done now. We could leave if we wanted to. What do you mean your job's done now, Tobimaru? I thought you came here on a company retreat. You can hear us. Why didn't you say so sooner? Anyway, the vacation was just a pretext. We were actually sent here to find a missing person. A certain idiot prodigal son whose parents were sick with worry that he disappeared without word. They thought we might have more luck finding him since we used to be friends in high school, so here we are. So we were looking for Kinomi. Really? This is the first I'm hearing about it. Alright, you're the younger Sojiro. Sorry, I should have let you know sooner. Actually, the other you suggested he might be here at the Kimono Inn. I had no idea. I'm glad to know my older self is being useful, at least. By the way, there's something that's been on my mind since this morning. What? Why do you look like you're bracing for impact? Because anything that's been on this guy's mind is usually a ticking time bomb. No, really, it's just a general question. Why would there be a secret spring for transforming into men? I believe it has to do with Buddhism. Some Buddhist practitioners have traditionally believed that women are incapable of becoming a Buddha, no matter how hard they train. Shakyamuni Buddha himself is said to have taken pity on them and created a means that would let women become reborn as men, thereby enabling anyone to reach Buddhahood. It'll take a while to explain the intricacies of what a Buddha is, but to put it simply, those who reach these status are said to have attained enlightenment or sainthood. Well, you're so smart, Mash. I didn't know the first thing about Buddhism myself, but from what you said, it sounds like whether it acknowledges women's rights could be a hot topic in a few years. Is it? I honestly don't know enough to know if it is a hot topic or not. But even putting aside all the Buddhism stuff aside, I'd like to try being a boy for a while. A whole different kind of body could change the way you view the whole world. Doesn't that sound interesting? You want to be even more aware of what's going on in the world? Knock it off. That's the sort of thing that's getting you killed every morning. Yeah, and we're going to the hot springs, Aozaki. It's tiring carrying your dead body to that cave every day. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm never taking a morning bath again if I can help it. I just want to sit down in the morning and have a yummy breakfast all together already. And so Aoko's whiny declaration melted into the night sky, surrounded by her good friend's good-natured laughter. Yes, this is what a hot spring trip is supposed to look like. I might just have to go on myself on my next golden week. And with that, the night of the 4th day came to an end, passion still burning bright in everyone's hearts. Aoko ga shinda? Everyone here? Yes, Aoko and Alice are visiting from the next room. Tobimaru is probably still sleeping. He seemed pretty relieved that we found Kinomi. Oh, some different Ascension outfits. Okay. I like the dress on Alice here. And Aoko is in a school uniform for some reason. I hope we didn't wake him. Morning, Soul. I told Aoko it was too early for this, but she wouldn't take no for an answer. Oh yeah, we don't want to waste any time. Early morning walks are one of the best parts of staying at a hot springs inn. Speaking of which, good morning, you two. It looks like it's going to be pretty hot today, so we changed into our summer clothes. Let's head down to the old building when you're ready. I don't trust Kinomi to do a good job with cooking, so I thought we'd commandeer the kitchens for ourselves. See if you can cook, eh? Depends on the menu. It merely involves cutting ingredients and throwing them in a pot like Stewart pot tofu, then yes. And I can cook pretty much anything under the sun. I can't wait to start chopping up all those high-quality hotel ingredients. Oh, really? It did not look like a school uniform to me. Naozaki and Alice's cooking is tasty when their hands aren't tied by poverty. It's kind of miraculous how it manages to be both sloppy and elegant all at once. And not again, not again! Did you hear that? It's coming from the hallway. It sounds like Konomi. Sorry to disturb you all so early. It's all Mash. Sojiro, are you here? I've got some terrible news. There's been a 4th murder at the hot springs. Aozaki's dead again. Huh? Again? Huh? Aoko Gashinda. And Aoko, even when we confine you to your room, you somehow get killed. So a future her came back in time and died, that is my guess. That, or again, we've just been throwing bodies in a cave for people to snatch. So... Alright, I can keep going. Still a long one, but we're gonna start it. We're going. Full speed ahead. Section 5, The Great Detective's Swift Judgment. Okay, this time she got sliced. Shiro, what did you do? Yeah, it's me again. Sorry for all the trouble. My deepest condolences. It's not every day I get to offer them directly to the deceased in question, so thank you for the novel experience. Now, can we move on? I trust that's you over there, Aoko. Yeah, it's me. Alright, go and investigate, deliberate, whatever you have to do. Is that you from the future? Wait, I thought you said there couldn't be more than one of you in the same time period. That's true, but occasionally there can be a little slip-up. Like if my future self forgot to carry the one when calculating the time jump. That explains it. That explains how everybody that rolls for Aoko while in the middle of the event manages to get her. Because of forgetting to carry the one. That's the explanation. And I'm sticking with it. That's the reason why you guys all got her and I haven't. She's probably remembered to carry the one for me. That's the one kind of mistake you should never make when reshifting. So this Aozaki's you from even further in the future, huh? I don't know how I'm going to keep this all straight. Never mind Aozaki's mistakes right now. We need to figure out how this one ended up dead. Looks like she died from shock or blood loss after being cut with some kind of blade. The wound was inflicted from the front of her body, so I doubt she was taken by surprise. Whoever did this must have been incredibly skilled. I'll say, whoever it was must have been a bona fide sword saint, since Aozaki's lasers work on everything up to sword masters. Konomi, tell us more about the bath situation this morning. Who discovered the body? I did. I woke up late today, since I cleaned the bathing area last night. I usually wake up before 5, but today it was 6, since I'd already handed over the key. You mean the key to get into the springs? Yeah, Ryogi actually reserved today's secret spring about a whole year ago. Even paid me 10 million yen in advance all up front. Thank goodness, too. That cash was my lifeline this past year. Anyway, after I locked up last night, I gave the key to Ryogi so that she could let herself into the spring in the morning. She said she could take all the time she wants. So I waited until after 6 before coming to the main reception so as to not intrude. But I didn't see any clothes in the hamper, so I figured she and her family must have not gotten in yet. Then I went to check the door, and you found it was unlocked, followed by discovering Aoko's newest corpse, huh? So Ryogi reserved this spring a whole year in advance. That sounds serious. So what's today's spring again, senpai? Happy home life. Thinking this through, seems either Ryogi lured Aozaki here to kill her, or someone else killed Aozaki thinking she was Ryogi. Either way, we'll need to hear what Ryogi has to say about this. Sol, Sojiro, Mash, I'd like you all to go talk to her. Actually, you go with them too, Aozaki. Ryogi's cool as a cucumber, and she doesn't have loose lips. But I bet she'll be more willing to open up with you there. I see. You want me to act as if I just saw her earlier. You got it. Alice and I will handle everyone else. Let's see. The only other people here now are Shiro, Fujinon, Sugitani, and Kashin. I'll talk to Shiro. I'll probably check in on Sugitani too. Alice, you talk to Fujinon and Konomi. You talk to Kashin. We'll all meet up back at the lobby once we're done here. Okay, let's get going. I kind of forgot, Ryogi could very well be responsible. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You give me a 14,000 point task and then immediately hit me with a 15,000 point one. You son of a biscuit. Claim rewards first. I've been meaning to do this. Nope, can't do those. Can't do those. Okay. How many points? So I'm 700 off. Bird is shrieking like birds do. Alright. I'm gonna just run it. I don't care at this point. I wanna get this mission done. Mirror, first of all, Cal stole my hair too with the mom vibe. But what with the mom vibes? The master interested in taking another of yourself from the mirrors. Just be careful getting close. Mirrors might end up multiplying. No, I think I saw a great bird looks like flying near the true guy and green baby I just met. I have no idea who is being implied here. Also, I need Koyan. And where is the party I've been using for this event? This party. Sure. Let's go. That's who I still forgot to do. Hassan. I gotta put Hassan's first skill up to a 2. I'm a dum-dum. I forgot about him. But I'm not terminal in copium. I have not experienced terminal levels of copium yet. How's it going again? Excuse me. Hey, I chose right with 3-star CE being what I wanted. Nice. Well done, me. Pat my back. Conquest Bond CE is OP. Magic bullets per turn and begins to perform as a multiplier that increases per magic bullet stack. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, cool. Okay, it looks like I can farm this node relatively easily. I love it. I love it that there is enough for 2 sets of enemies on the field. They don't do that often enough in Oh, by the way, I did some rough napkin math. Oh, hi, Mole. Nice to see you. I did some rough napkin, back of the napkin math yesterday, and if I only ran the Ordeal Call free quests, it would take me about 409 days to get both Jalters and Achan to Bond 15. And about 360 some odd days for Uresh, who I've been using as my frontline. If I only ran the Ordeal Calls, so I cannot rely on them to get my Bond levels. Yeah, but again, this isn't accounting for teapots or running other nodes, so it'll be quicker than that, but it's still gonna be a while. Alright, I'm gonna run this twice more, I think, just so I can get a decent buffer of exorcism points. I feel will be a good call. Yeah, having a buffer is never a bad thing. Can I get a Koyan with the... Yes, I can. You're bond farming this event, so you don't worry about much for shop currency since the trio gets a 50% bond bonus. That's fair. No need to really worry about currency if you're farming the event anyways. And realistically speaking, I could probably do the same if I really wanted to. But, I don't know. Like, I only have Suzuki right now. And he's closing in on Bond 4 at least. I need to at least get him to Bond 6, mind you, if I want to unlock the final of the frickin' class scores for Extra 1. Which, I was gonna say, I am still very annoyed that apparently we're fine with bringing pretenders into proper human history, but semantics. I do wonder what is going to be after this event, because this event is gonna take most of the month. And I don't... We are supposed to be getting at least one more event before summer, if I remember the roadmap that they put out. Let me see if I can't get that roadmap up. Just because I can't remember it. I'm so glad that Aresh is so capable of looping. Alright, first half of 2026 roadmap for NA gives us... Okay, it is late June. So there is going to be a decent gap here before we get the Dancing Dragon Castle, the Princess in the Deep Sea, and the 2 Gems event. That is the next event that is listed to be coming out. Of course, there could be... Actually, is there an event between them? Looking at the roadmap, it doesn't look like they could... I mean, they could obviously insert stuff, because that is a couple months gap, but... Yeah, there might be something... That's what I'm thinking. There might be some sort of secret event in May. And who knows? Maybe they will push the strange fake thing that JP is getting here up to May for us. I think that'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool if we got the strange fake collab early, especially since it's probably gonna be... Well, actually, given how anime is scheduled, we might honestly not get the finale of Strange Fake Anime until 2 years from now, so thematically speaking, it might not be a bad idea to hold it off for 2 years. If they do bring it Rip Your Rolling Plan. I mean, we have no idea what the Strange Fake collab servants could be. Granted, it is a pretty big roster, but there are some that, considering it's an anime-based Strange Fake collab, they would not be bringing in a few specific servants just to avoid spoilers. Yeah, there's some servants that they wouldn't bring in just for spoiler avoidance purposes. I'm just trying to think, who might we get? I could see Hippolyta coming in. Who else, though? Hippolyta, maybe Dumas. I can see Dumas. Prelati. Maybe not Prelati. Prelati's kind of in the air, actually. I mean, there's plenty they could bring in, of course, but... Oh, Assassin. They could definitely bring an Assassin. I'm sure she would be very popular. Yes, you do have Caster Giles, but Prelati is a whole other can of worms. Not really worms, but, you know. Well, that was pretty quick and simple. We also got plenty of these. And that's all we can purchase. Alright. So, 70 machines. 6 super giants. 9. I would say no to Alcides. And to Sigma. I would say no to the both of them. I would be more inclined to think Assassin, Dumas, and Hippolyta. Hey, we get the 5-star command code for Karakuri Sorcerer. I'm Kashin Koji, a humble user of Genjutsu. I think that's supposed to be Genjutsu. As for whether I'm human or puppet, who knows? Since I've replaced nearly everything except these eyes, perhaps I am neither. Shall we try swapping just to test out? Oh, don't worry. It'll be okay. There's nothing to be afraid of. Yeah. She's just a little creepy, but it's fine. Alright, let's continue with Section 5. We will complete Section 5 today, I so swear it. Excuse me. But yeah, I would not think Sigma because his journey is not complete, as far as the anime is going. Okay, this is the Chimera room where Ryogi's staying. It shouldn't be too early to knock since it's 8 in the morning now. We're not knocking if we're ringing the doorbell. Oh, if it isn't the detective's assistant, is something wrong? You look serious. Is your family okay? Oh yes, they're fine, so much so that my husband didn't think twice about scolding me for wasting money again. Said it sets a poor example for our daughter, if you can believe that. He wasn't worried about me in the slightest. On a different subject, made me ask where you were this morning. I was planning to bathe in the hot springs this morning, but unfortunately something suddenly came up. It was all thanks to, yes, you. You're the one who approached me when we happened to pass each other in the hallway. Oh, right, of course. I'm sorry, could you remind me what I said again? You asked me where the place that grants wishes is. I assumed you meant the secret spring, and you seemed to be in a hurry, so I gave you the key. Really? Just like that? Even though you reserved the spring of happy home life for a whole year ago? Yes, I did. That spring is the whole reason I brought my family here. But I don't care whether that wish is granted or not. The idea of going on a trip with my family to a hot spring said to bless us, no less, is more than enough for me. I don't need to be the first to bathe in it, nor do I mind whether it grants wishes or not. I see. So your goal is just to come here and make a wish with your family. Yes, that's right. I just wanted to spend some quality time together at a memorable location. But never mind that now. Since you're questioning me, I assume someone else has turned up dead at the bath. Who was it and how were they murdered? Just to be sure their body wasn't twisted, was it? It was Alco Mark V, cut and clean in two. I see. Well, I'm relieved to hear the cause of death was something ordinary like a laceration. May I take a look at the body? Sure, as long as Aozaki's okay with it. Tobi Minaru never said you were a suspect. Suit yourself. I don't have any right to stop you. Then leave the way. But could you give me a moment first, please? Why do I feel like she doesn't actually have a family there? Whoa, is that a real sword? Looks like a genuine historical relic. Don't worry, this is just for my protection. Since the victim was killed with a blade, I need to make sure I can answer in turn if necessary. As an expert, does anything stand out to you? I'll be blunt. It was my sword that killed her, albeit with a far lower degree of skill. Looks like I have a doppelganger here at this inn. Perhaps this is one of the ghosts at work. I'm seeing a pattern here. Yeah, I'm still not sure why, but it looks like a clone of whoever wants to go into the secret spring keeps showing up here. And those clones must be who's killing Aozaki every morning. A clone of whoever wants to go in the secret spring. Maybe that's what you need to do to have your wish granted. That sounds just like another Kumano legend. Shiro told me there was a monstrous mountain god here who will show you your future. However, witnessing the future also causes this god to die. Since it doesn't want that, whenever it shows someone their future, it has that person die in its place. In other words, you could say that people who die in this way are being killed by their own future, no? I could see that. So if I hadn't come here, then... Yes, I'm the one who would have died. I can't imagine I would ever lose a sword duel to myself, but it could be that seeing your clone, your future, invokes a rule that says no one can leave until the wish has been made who at least one person is dead. So this rule is essentially a curse, one created by the mountain itself, and one powerful enough to kill someone as strong as Alko multiple times at that. Looks that way. I can see her maybe letting her guard down once or twice, but more than 3? No way. Anyway, it looks like this is the answer to the question of who killed Aozaki. The culprit must have been the monster who's been living on the mountain since ancient times, the one Konomi calls Wanwan. Well, maybe culprit isn't right. It seems more akin to an automated system that tries to kill anyone who goes into the secret springs. Let me guess, you're thinking, doesn't that mean there would have been similar deaths before then, right? I don't think so. This year's secret springs are just special, that's all. Though I don't yet remember what it is that makes them this way. More importantly, you mentioned Shiro by name earlier. Do you know him, Ryogi? No, not at all. Not in the slightest. Yeah, I don't buy it. Something came up this morning. Oh, well, you came here with your husband and daughter, and you still snuck off for a tryst with... It's nothing like that. Shiro and I are strictly business associates. We have an arrangement giving me first right of refusal if I happen upon any high-quality artworks that he can't display openly. That's all. Oh, so Shiro's an art dealer, then. That's how you know him. But what does he have to do with your emergency errand this morning? Well, last night he told me he could no longer sell me an artwork we agreed upon. So I panicked a bit and asked Fujino to go talk to him and find out what happened. Then my husband overheard us from the other side of the door and said the 4 words I dread more than anything else. We have to talk. Believe me, that was far scarier than any ghost story. I almost thought it was one of Kumano Inn's spiritual disturbances. I see. Well, putting your family's differences over luxury goods aside, your testimony has helped us put a lot of pieces together. Let's go find Tobimaru and Alice at the lobby. I think we're about to crack this case. Okay, so it's doppelgangers that keep doing the murking. I'm starting to piece together what the doppelgangers are here for. I think they're right that it is future projections of themselves or what have you, but... She dreads those words more than anyone else from Kia, the most ordinary of dudes. But how do we know that this Shiki actually is here with family? It could be a ruse. Excuse me. Seems pretty clear this morning's Aozaki's killer was another Ryogi. It's just like what happened with Sugitani. Yeah, I thought the other me I saw yesterday didn't turn into Miss, but that was all Kuanji's doing, and I didn't have to do with the murder. If we want to stop this from happening again, we're gonna have to cut it off at the source. I don't know whether this Wanwan thing is supposed to be, but we better find and destroy it soon. But first, we have to find missing people. We have missing people to find. Sugitani is here, and as you can see, but Shiro was nowhere in his room. I couldn't find Fujino here anywhere either. Lady Caution wasn't there either. Now that I think of it, she was already gone when I brought her breakfast early in the morning. I always thought there was something shady about that creepy patir. You said Caution lives in the old building. I'm gonna take a look. Fair enough. Fujino said should have gone to Shiro's room. He said he was staying in the Indigo room, yes? No, I'm afraid you're mistaken. Mr. Shiro was staying in the Indigo room at first, but he switched to the neighboring room on the second day. So there was bad juju in the original room, and he wouldn't be able to relax there. Neighboring room? Oh, you don't mean the Camellia room, do you? Well, yes, I do. He liked it very much. Said it was charming. The Camellia room? That's... Yes, Senpai, it's the site of the Hanged Writer, one of the Big 5 ghost stories. It's gotta be the worst room in this whole inn. Why would you change his room to someplace so dangerous? Lady Caution said the room needs to be used once in a while to avoid deteriorating even more, so I thought I would take her word for it and give it a shot. If it turns out not to be haunted after all, then I can start putting regular customers up in it too. You idiot, I swear you're just as irresponsible as ever. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. I'll go pay him a visit right now. Soul, Sojiro, Aozaki, would you come with me? You too, proprietor. We could use someone who knows this inn inside and out. What about me and Mash? Tsukishi, you're going to stay here, right? I believe you would make it a rule never to do anything dangerous if we can help it. Yeah, pretty much. And that definitely includes charging into an unknown haunted place. Then you should stay here and keep him safe, Kawanji. As for you, Mash, I'm sorry to ask, but do you think you could go back to my room and make sure my family stays safe? Yes, of course. I appreciate your trust. Don't worry, I'll take good care of them. Listen closely. If Fujino has been possessed by an evil spirit, then we'll need to kill her before she can kill us. Don't try to hide or keep your distance. The only way we'll win is if we get in close enough while she's targeting someone else. Oh no, we need to kill Fujino! To the next one. Okay, this is going to pace. We should be able to get Section 5 done today. Yay! Oh, that's smoke. Same smoke from the first day. What can you tell us about the Hang Rider Kinomi, and how did it come about? Well, according to the last owner, it happened some time ago, back in the Showa period. During an unseasonably hot May, an author suffering from writer's block came to stay at the inn with his editor. They'd reserved the room for weeks, saying they expected to stay for a long while. The author's wife and child had also come along to stay with him at the inn, but it wasn't by the author's choice, it was the editor's. The editor had threatened the author, telling him he was going to finish his story and his family would pay the price if he tried to run. That's what times were like back in the day. No matter the accolades, the author was still a slave to the publisher. Damn. I'm kind of glad that I'm putting out my stuff without an editor or publisher, although I could use an editor like Chloe to keep me, you know, on track at times. For the next several days, the editor kept hounding the author to work on his manuscript. He even had a latch put on the Camellia Room's door so it couldn't be opened from the inside, locking the author in. But even with all that, the words never came, and the editor's temper grew worse by the day. He even began to take out his frustrations on the author's family, leaving increasingly visible marks. Okay, the editor is just a monster! That was probably what pushed the author over the edge. One day, he told his editor he wanted to have a dinner with his family, and he had them brought to the Camellia Room. He then drugged his wife and child with sleeping pills he was taking for insomnia and hung himself with a towel. Okay, dude. Why not just off your editor? Like, I'm not one to be a proponent for that kind of crap, but if the guy's literally beating your family, I think you're justified to, you know, at least beat him unconscious and then have him arrested. There were no beams in the ceiling to tie the towel around, but he managed all the same. The next day, the editor knocked on the Camellia Room's door, only to hear it's not finished yet. The editor then knocked again the next day, only to hear the words aren't coming yet. Then he knocked again the day after that, only to hear... I can't come out. From behind him. Ooh, spoopy. The editor then opened the door and saw the author's dead body, along with those of his wife and child who had died of overdose. Okay. Yeah, you know, he should have just gone for the editor. Just saying. Thanks to the unseasonable heat and humidity, the bodies had already decomposed. Ugh. The editor was shocked, but still noticed the author's unfinished manuscript on the disc. Well, he thought, I might as well publish whatever he wrote. So he stepped inside the room to collect the script, only for the door to close behind him. And that was that. That was what? I mean, that was that. Nobody came out from that room for the next year, and nobody could manage to open the door. Finally, the innkeeper couldn't take it anymore and called in a well-known professional exorcist who managed to finally get the door open. When they opened it up, there was nothing inside, not a single dead body to be seen. Even a single corpse is more than most people can handle. The stench from multiple stewing over a year should have made the room completely unusable. Well, to be fair, I imagine the stench would probably disappear after the decomposition hits the point where only the bones remain. You know? Yet somehow, the Camellia Room was exactly like it was a year ago, seemingly no worse for it. Now that's supernatural shit. Some people are just not built that resilient and attack other people. I've seen people who couldn't fight for their life even in clear danger. That's kind of sad. I mean, it's good that they value life, but people gotta be able to stand up for themselves, honestly.
So the owner decided nothing must have happened after all.
I mean, I'm not calling them weak or anything. Sometimes it is hard to stand up for yourself, but even still, nobody should have to take any kind of abuse from anybody else.
The author and his family must have left without a word, and the editor must have followed suit. Really, that was arguably the only explanation he could use at the time.
That's why Lady Caution told me to watch out around this room whenever it gets hot in May. She also said someone's still trapped in there even now, but I decided to not think about that part. What does this have to do with the new building? No, did I not tell you the new building was built on top of the old Kimono Inn's old annex? So everything up to the second floor is basically the annex with a new coat of paint. Pretty good cost-saving measure, right? Alright, Komi, I see how it is. You're very good at telling scary stories. When this is all over, you're going to come back. You're going to apologize to Chiro and mean it. So it's a conceptual bounded field where you can't open from the inside. You could simply not enter, but that won't do now. What if only one of us holds the door open and stays in the hall while the others go in? That's the only thing I can think of right now, too. Well, we're here. Is it okay if I wait around here? So Konami's not even blinking twice at the smoke. I guess he really has been running a haunted inn for a while, and that for nothing. Fine, you stay in the indigo room. Roger Dodger. Alright, this is the Camellia room. Are you all ready to do this?
Bring on the ghosts.
I'll open the door and go in first. We could be hit with some sort of psychic blast right away, so wait a beat before you follow me in, soul. Okay, here goes. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, the lights just went out all of a sudden. Are you two still there? Don't panic. Everyone stick together. There are evil spirits headed our way. We'll need to take them out before we can move on. Evil spirits, be gone! Auto setup, go. How is this Bond going? Yeah, we should be seeing him Bond 5 here shortly. Oh, hello. I feel a little bad for you. I'm going to go out front. I'm used to this sort of thing. Why do I feel like they are all being lined up to be knocked down here? Something tells me this is not going to go very well. I don't know how much of NP charge she gets. Oh, wait. Yeah. That works. Yeah. And then... honestly, you probably want to do his stuff. And then... Buster. That was a decent crit. Okay, that's one bar. The lady's words. And peace, Seal, you son of a biscuit. And he's stunned, too. Dang nabbit. We got an Alco Brave, though. Beep boop bop. Come on, Alco. No. Hostility unconverged. Dang it, Alco, you were the chosen one. You were supposed to kick this thing's ass, not lose. Rather, you were supposed to break the bar, not. I love how Robin just occasionally, like, screeches. Stop stunning him! Dang it!
I don't have any debuff removal, do I? No. I don't know why I've not been using that. Been sealing NPs, stunning everybody. Alright, Shizuki. It's time to die. Probably. Should I? Yeah, why not? Kia Ryogi is often described as someone who would never hurt a fly, although his fortunes is unknown. It's described as one who will never hurt others more so than anyone else. Interesting. Editor's justification. An evasion? Evasion. How did you NP seal my back line, dude? 10 evasion. Oy vey. Shiki, please. Smack. Kill. Insta. Please. Maybe. Missed. I was really hoping for the insta-kill. There goes Shiki, there goes Shiki, there she went, there she went. If I could charge Melt to Fool, I could get rid of that frickin'... 20% short. Well, she's sealed anyways. How long is that seal? 3 more turns? Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Alright. Melt Blast. How much? 2 left. Let's get stars, right? Yeah. Melt go burr. As much of a burr as you can, please. That was a very good crit. Alright. Now what's next? No battle node. Okay. We're looking good so far. Looking good. Lights are back on. What was all that? Was that the writer's ghost? You're really strong, Ryogi. I was just doing my best to imitate how others fight. I'm afraid I won't be of any more help, though. That took everything I had. Damn it, you're here too now, huh? I was yelling at you not to open the door, but I guess you couldn't hear me. It's part of this room's curse. From the outside, it probably just looked like an ordinary door. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I could keep the door open, but then the light suddenly went out, and before I knew it. Simply touching the door must have activated the curse, the same as if you'd gone inside. It's not your fault, Aozaki. The rules governing this room were never meant to play fair. At any rate, we can worry about getting out of here later. Are you two all right? Miss Ryoki, did you come here for me, even though you knew this room was a trap? Of course, granted I can't say that I thought that far ahead, but I couldn't go losing you now, could I? Not to mention I still haven't received the item you promised me, Shiro. Even now you still care first and foremost about your hobbies. I guess you're nothing if not consistent. I thought you and Fujino didn't get along. Was I wrong, Ryogi? Fujino is my bodyguard. There were lots of unsavory rumors about this place, so I asked her to come along on this trip for me and my family's protection. That's right, I was happy to oblige a request from Miss Ryogi, even if it meant giving up my day. Unfortunately, between the relaxing hot springs and the fun events that's been surprising us every day, I've been feeling very rejuvenated. Oh, I see, so that's why you were paying such close attention to Ryogi. We didn't know you were her bodyguard, so we thought you were waiting for a chance to attack her. Oh no, that was just habit. I didn't have anything else to do here, so... Fujino? Alright, I'm sorry, I'll explain now. I came to the Camellia room on Miss Ryogi's request. She asked me to talk to Shiro and find out why he changed his mind. When I got here, Shiro was already talking to someone else. Who was that? Caution. When she noticed me, she grabbed her things and left the room. Then the light suddenly went out, and we discovered we were trapped in here. Yeah, I couldn't even use the phone to call for help. We were trying to figure out what we could do when we heard you all coming outside the door. We yelled for you not to come in and to fetch someone who knows a lot about ghost stories. But I guess you couldn't hear us. So, this artwork you were selling, did you sell it to Kashin? Yep, it was a Japanese sword I originally planned to sell to Ryogi. Used to be an art dealer, remember? Ryogi's a regular, I usually sell her something once a year. When she told me she'd be staying at the Inn, I thought I'd deliver the Kanesado she'd been wanting personally, and take a little hot spring R&R while I was at it. But at some point, Kashin convinced me to sell the sword to her instead. I still don't know how that happened. So the suspiciously coy Shiro turned out to be a sword smuggler. So that's why you told Ryogi the deal was off, because you'd agreed to sell the sword to Kashin instead. Interesting. That's right, when I received his letter informing me of such last night, I was so upset I could have stabbed my pillow, despite hardly being a young girl anymore. But you did do something to your pillow. There were feathers flying all around your room after you decided to clean in half. Let's go back to our rooms, Fujino. I think we need to have a nice long talk about the meaning of friendship. Weren't you listening, Miss Ryogi? We can't leave this room anymore. We're trapped. This is just a human repelling battlefield, right? So all we need to do... If you want to combine Shiki, you should have trapped her in a box made of concrete. She can easily cut through a barrier that closes her off from space. Nice. I got it. See? No more haunting. It's just like your big sister says, there's nothing better than a storied sword for breaking bounded fields. God, I was afraid it might break. This is exactly why I wanted a new one. I'm familiar with it. A Senji Muramasa sword can sever fate itself. In other words, a truly great sword can cut the cycle of vengeance, the chain of hatred, and the intertwined karma itself. No wonder he was a god among smiths. I see, so a miracle sword can cut through bounded fields. That explains what Kashin meant. What are you talking about? Oh, when she passed me by, I heard her muttering something about finally being able to open the sealed door. Ooh. Kashin Koji's the true big bad. Gasp. This is definitely a, red herring. Kashin Koji's not evil or anything. I doubt it. Reason our sword special low it's ordinary swords old age allowed to gather mystic is closer. Okay. So it's not because of her mystic eyes. Oh, hey, there you are. Does the fact that the smoke's gone now mean you exercised the Camellia room? Wait, I have long faces. Oh, don't tell me Shiro and Fujinon are. They're fine. Caution's at the room with no opening. We have to hurry. What are you talking about? Where's Miss Ryogi? Ryogi and Fujinon are back in their rooms. I'll explain later. Let's just head to where Tobimaru is for now. I thought we were heading to the room with no opening. Miyazaki, maybe we should call for Alice for this. Pencil, you must be worried about MASH, right? We don't have time for detours. Whoever Caution is, or what she's up to, is the omnipotent spring is in the room of no opening, right? We can't let her wish be granted. I don't know what's going to show up if it is, but it definitely something will. MASH can take care of herself. Got it. Then we'll just have to do our best on our own. Gunshot came from the old building. Uh-oh. Subitani's getting in the scuffle. Oh, they made it. That's too bad. This would already be over if Subitani had interfered. But don't worry, Lord Kumano. Use this body and together we'll truly bring Wanwan, the Kudan, back to life. Oh good, it's you guys. You gotta stop her. The puppet chicks finally showed our true colors. What do you mean by that? Are you saying I'm a puppet myself? A tool to be used and manipulated? Because if so... You'd be right. You'd be entirely correct. I see you're a wise person capable of accurately assessing the future. Photogabe was talking about Shiki's misdisguise, but a storied sword can indeed also destroy mountain fields. Interesting. I like people like you. I like to use them for energy. Knowledge, social status, winners, praise. I despise the arrogance they cultivate, and pride they impart. That is why the wish made up to the Kamano Spring must be simple and above all else. It cannot be for one's own benefits, nor can it rob others of their gains. It must be something clean and pure that doesn't trot upon your neighbor's own wishes. That is why the three of you, Aoko, Shizuki, and Soul, fail to measure up. Not only is a wish to save the world just so run of the mill, it's also one that will never come to pass. Oop, who cut it? Summer, Kashin, Koji, Danzo, and Naza win. That would be an interesting one. Hey, it's a giant spider enemy! Fifth movie, when Shiki receives the sword from her family, she tried to pull out her excitement showed off, but Toko stopped her, telling her that if she were to draw the sword in her office, it would instantly destroy all the bounded fields surrounding the workshop. Oh, it's the thing when you're into the woods! My name is a truth born from lies. Whoever speaks of me, that is what I shall become. What is your wish? Do you hold any value? It is only the... Is it the only one found in this world? There is no second one. In that case, regardless of what tomorrow brings, a star will grant that wish. Yes. No matter how beautiful the wish is, nor how refined the theory, the very fact that they overlap, that means the result can only be countless stardust. No, this wish must be the only one of its kind. That single wish is what will provide the #1 star. A single wish producing the #1 star? What is it talking about? No idea what it's trying to say, but be careful, you two. We need to kick its ass. You two, Soul. Wan, or whatever that thing is practically dripping with bloodlust. Honestly, part of me would just rather turn tail and run, but that'd be just giving this thing free rein to run through that door. Yeah, save the thinky stuff for later. We need to settle this now, Soul. You give us a hand too, Sugitani. Now's your chance to get your payback. This thing practically screams curse, and you still want to fight it? Ah, screw it. I'll join you. This isn't my deepest wish, but I won't mind having it granted. Hey, Caution, I don't know how many prayers to send you on your next life, so I hope you don't mind if I offer you hot lead instead. Ooh, good neck pop crackle. We're just gonna let it auto set up. Okay. Why? I did not mean to fully back out. Or rather, I did not mean to delete the frickin' squad setup. I wanted to see what that said again. I thought it was gonna give me everyone. I just saw the 3 servants there and thought, oh, it's gonna give me all 3 of their NPCs, but no, it didn't do that. So I'm just gonna go with this now. I just didn't see you. Okay, I misread things. Or rather, I didn't read things. I assumed. And you know what they say about assuming? Wan. Oh no! No! What did you do, Wan? No! Not Melton Jolter, no! I mean, Melt's a slime, so she should be able to change herself back, but not Jolter, no! But why would it do such a thing? I can't use skills. Beep bop boop. Stop doing that damn skill! Why is that your frickin' skill?
Okay, well, they're back to being women, so I guess it's fine now. Beep boop bop. Okay, we need to break the bar and hopefully get rid of that buff before it keeps doing it. Couples enclosure. You freaking bitch. How dare you? Stop doing that! Skill seal is honestly the big annoyance here. Luckily, Cammy is strong. I could do without the constant crits, though. Just saying. I could do without constantly being freaking crit. Well, I can't really do anything about it, is the only issue. Finally! Oh, Cammy survived by the skin of her teeth. Alright, sure, go ahead and give Cammy some fluff armor here. Go, Cammy, go! Burn them all. Oh, did Wanwan have some kind of buff I wasn't paying attention to? I did not pay attention to if Wanwan had an evasion or anything. Not that it matters. Nelt, go burr. Now go burr. Oh, it disappeared in a unique way. That's not ominous at all. Another no battle node. Okay. Excuse me. Yep, we're almost through. I think we won. I've been in this business a long time, and you don't see a monster like that every day. I mean, that thing was practically a god. Yeah, it was easily strong enough to curse this whole inn to death. Excuse me. It would have definitely caused more damage if we hadn't stopped it. Well, it's gone now, and so's the nasty air that was hanging around the inn. Looks like all's well that ends well. The other haunted spots will probably disappear on their own, too. I mean, the world's not going to end anymore. I think so. Even if the omnipotent spring really is in that room. Without one around to grant the wish, there won't be any more weird phenomena anymore. In theory, sure. But we still don't know who was wishing for the world to end, though. That's the one thing I wish I knew. Don't say the words I wish, Alco! Master, are you okay? Of course we're fine. Man, you really are a fast runner, Mash. I can't keep up at all.
Ugh, it feels so pleasant in here. Does this mean you solved everything? Alright. Wait, Caution's on the ground. What are you people doing? We have to help her. I'm kind of getting the impression she was the bad guy here, but I'm not going to worry about that now. Snap out of it, Lady Caution. Yoshisuke, is this the room of no opening? There are so many new faces here. Are they new guests? You don't remember us, Senpai. I think Caution might have been... Wan was possessing her. Looks that way. She sure doesn't seem to be faking it. Caution, you just severed the bounded field around the room of no opening and you almost turned into a Wan. Do you understand? I did? I'm so sorry. As a professional puppeteer, I should have never let this happen. Now that you mention it, I do feel as though I've been stuck in a dark place dreaming for a long time. Really? Well, that would explain why you've been acting so weird lately. Your enunciation is usually all over the place, but the last few days you've been speaking totally normally. I was. Must have been thanks to the Ox God. I hope I didn't cause any other trouble. The Ox God can be very mean. If it wanted to, it could easily make haunted spots even more haunted. So it was you and Wan who powered up the Big Five ghost stories at the worst possible time. You were the ones who lured Ishtarin and us out the endless hallway and tried to kill us. The ones who stole Bizet's briefcase and hid it in the inverse reflection room as a trap. And the ones who summoned the ghost in the camellia room as a last-ditch effort to slow us down. I see. No wonder we've been having so much bad luck lately. Really? So the Ox God's the reason I got turned into a woman, too? No, that was all me. You had a beautiful soul, so I thought it would do you a favor. Poor Sukitani. I understand you were under Wan's control when we got here, Caution. But may I ask what you were doing here at the Kamano Inn before that? My master was a sorcerer. He came to this mountain to capture the Phantasmal, the Ox God that lives here. He was interested in the Ox God's ability to see the future, but the Ox God turned out to be a spirit without a physical body. Once he realized he couldn't capture the Ox God, my master left to look for a new supernatural being, and left me behind on the mountain. I've been studying the Ox God on his request, and at some point, people began calling me the Ox God's priestess. I see. I'm sorry to make you recount such painful memories. Yes, it was very rude. I'm not a priestess. Maybe not, but you obviously had the most ties to this god. It must be why it was able to possess you. Well, now that the door's open... Yeah, let's go see what's inside. You don't mind, right, Kinomi? Oh, sure. Usually I'd be worried about getting cursed, but there's no Wan left to curse now, right? Okay, let's go. I'm curious as to what's in there, too. Who knows, maybe it'll be something that'll kick on a second Kamano Inn boom. Well, there you have it, Soul. Looks like we just have to go along. I think it should be safe, though. Azaki's still got plenty of pep, and I'm not getting a bad feeling about this either. It looks like a pet that formed on its own. No wonder it's called Wan's Road Home. It doesn't look too steep, so I think as long as we're careful, I think we can make it all the way down safely. I'm not detecting any magical energy, just a faint heat signature. I think this is geothermal heat. According to what we've heard, this should lead to... a hot spring! +3 is Ishtar, gotcha. Or Summer Ishtar, rather. This is the secret 6th spring. So the omnipotent secret spring really did exist. Alright, we just defeated Wan, so... Yeah, I'm afraid this is just a regular hot water. Nothing unusual about it. There was a strong magical energy coming from the Spring of Male Transformation on the 3rd day, and the Spring of Happy Home Life today, but this is just a normal spring. It seems like a good one, though. Well, there you have it. Sorry, Kinomi. No worries, I can totally work with this. The atmosphere alone is going to draw in guests like flies to honey. I could put an elevator in the pit. No, wait, no, that would ruin the natural ambiance. I'll build a nice wooden staircase for easy access, install some beams, add minimal light fixtures, and then Wan's secret spring will be all done. I can't wait to get started. This is it. This is where I'm going to turn my whole life around. Man, I'm so glad this whole Kamano Hot Springs murder mystery is behind us now. You know, I think all of us coming together like this is a sign. How about you guys help me with building, funding, and marketing? What do you think, Azaki? Anything to say? Nope, at this point I just have to admire his sheer selfless greed. You win, Kinomi. You win. Excuse me. And one more arrow left in Section 5, and then we'll be done for the night, and hopefully be able to finish the event on Wednesday. hopefully. Nothing beats a dip in a hot springs after a job well done. I see you finally feel like you can take it easy. I suppose it's no surprising as though how this case has literally been life and death for you. Please don't hold it against her if she starts acting goofy, Mash. I agree, it was so nice of the inn's remaining guests to let us have the outdoor bath again tonight. I see, so 1-1 is gone and the case is closed. Then the inn's other haunted spots should fade away in time. Though this also means the omnipotent secret spring is gone as well. Thank you for doing such a good job protecting my room, Mash. Now that the haunted spots will be gone, I can finally enjoy some private family time starting tomorrow. So you're gonna stay here for a while then? What about the rest of you? Well, it looks like Caution's still processing what she went through, so I figure I'll stick around a while longer to keep an eye on her. Once she's back to her old self, then I'll tell her how pissed off I've been about these last 2 years. I think I'll stay here a while longer too. This experience has shown me I still have a lot to learn. The Hell's Pavilion sounds like it should be perfect for training. There won't be any lights in there, and there should be plenty of boulders for target practice. I'm gonna say my goodbyes here. My business is done, and I got all the hot spring time I could want. So I think it's time I get back to my regular life now. Take care, young detectives. If our paths ever cross again, I'll make sure to offer you a discount. Really, are you sure you want to leave without ever trying our famous outdoor bath? You could always stay another night. Nah, these hardworking youngsters deserve it more than me. Besides, I got my own outdoor bath at home. Good point. I'll go, Kuwanji. Why don't you take the outdoor bath today? You've certainly earned it. Thank you. Don't mind if we do. Hey, I just realized Tobimaru's not here. Anyone know where he is? I saw him in the old building's lobby. He's always there, even in the evenings. Come to think of it, what is he doing there anyway? I guess he could have been looking for clues about your murder, except he seemed to be sneaking around a lot for that. Yep, it is Tobimaru and Shizuki that are behind it. Old Shizuki. Now, you know, I had some time to kill, so I was looking at souvenirs. I've been gone from the office for a whole week. I've got to bring them back something. I don't want them resenting me. Actually, no, it's just old Shizuki, rather. Tobimaru said he was here to look for what's-his-face. So responsible. You've really learned to be thoughtful about the details in the last 10 years, huh? I know I've always been high-strung. I'm not like you and Naozaki. Deep down, I'm a coward at heart. When push comes to shove, I freeze. If reality throws up a wall, I just turn around and walk the other way. If there's something I can't achieve, I could see myself wishing for a miracle. Everything okay? Sounds like you got a lot on your mind. Hardly. I'm enjoying my life just fine, and my future's looking pretty bright. Alright, I almost forgot. You're already from the future, aren't you? Sojiro and I are from 2001. Maybe not this Sonoji, but you get my point. Nothing much changed in society when we hit the new millennia, but it feels like a chance for a fresh start. Most people believe that the time of rapid growth and the time of paying the price for that growth is over now. They think that this is the start of an age where everything will be new and progress will continue unchecked. 10 years from now, the gap between the rich and poor will be gone, silly prejudices overcome, and countries all over will prosper. Should we tell him? I think we shouldn't tell him. It's a world where you can talk about lofty ideals like that and not have people constantly giving you side-eye. So what are things like in your time, Soul? Is it like the world of the future we see in movies? Yeah, there's not going to be any flying cars anytime soon. I think we can say that much. Small everyday items might have surpassed anything people have dreamed up in movies. Mobile devices have had amazing development compared to now. Honestly, I think they're even more revolutionary than flying cars would have been. They've made the world smaller than ever. Riddle said something about that once. I think it was, once the world became like a dream come true, people stopped talking about other dreams. I don't agree with that, though. People are always going to dream, no matter what the times are like or what they're allowed to say. The only thing that changes is who people entrust their dreams to. They won't have to depend on those of their own time anymore. Entrusting one's dreams to people from a different time, huh? So even if one's time, the world one lives in, ends up at an evolutionary dead end, people born in that world could still be accepted and loved by a later world? Even if, say, that world was erased because it wasn't the right way forward? Oh boy. Nash is dealing with the guilt. Nash, no, you are not the one who shoulders the guilt of countless lives being taken. We are the one who destroyed countless timelines, not you, Mash. Mash, do not shoulder that guilt. You do not need to. You're quite the romantic, Mash. No, she's just speaking from experience. That's not the example I was thinking of, but it's wonderful. Our history is full of incidents where one culture was trampled and a new one was born from its remains. But there will always be people to inherit the dreams that have no place to go. That hope of yours is the kind of thing that leads to the world growing bigger. That is a good sentiment, though. Sounds like they're talking some pretty complex stuff over there. Should we do the same? Yes! Bring on the crypto talk! No, don't bother. I shouldn't have brought up this topic in the first place. No, listen to me, dude. Listen to me. Get as much Bitcoin as you can right now and you'll be rich in a while. Just get all the Bitcoin you can. Tobimaru, trust me on this. In fact, no matter what the future has in store, there's no way it could be beat what we got here. Just look at us. We're enjoying a private outdoor bath at a fancy inn under the beautiful night sky. And we're doing it with friends and colleagues we all like and get along with. Life doesn't get any better than this. Bitcoin 2008. Okay, in 7 years, get on the Bitcoin train, man. So let's wait to talk about the future again in our own times and just enjoy what we got now, in this moment. Yeah, when you hear the words Bitcoin, buy, buy, buy. That is my advice to you, Tobimaru. And so the case of Wan at the Kumano Inn in the year 2001 drew to a close. The men and women gathered here from different worlds and different times gazed up at the starry sky. Their thoughts turned to memories of their own times, inspiring them to appreciate the daily lives they had left behind. And so, with both Wan's true identity and the killer's motives still unknown, Earth's last night came to an end. Yeah, that's not ominous. The next morning, Aoko's dead body was discovered at the public bath. Aoko ga shinda! Man, she just needs to stop dying. That's what it comes down to. Aoko just needs to stop dying. Has she even attempted to just stop dying, you know? I don't think she has. Alright, I'm gonna just claim some stuff that I can claim here, just to see what my point is. We got some footprints and some bond lanterns, but if we go here, I'm not gonna be doing any more on today's stream except for claiming this, so 5 ghost story writer things. Whee! 22,500 points is needed. Noted. And we're getting some tickets. That's good, that's good. 5 divine. Gets another strange twin. Unlocked 8 divine, which we do not have. Okay. So in between streams, I've got to kill some casters, some giants, some divines, and camellia room enemies. So that shouldn't be too bad. I should be hopefully capable of finishing this event on Wednesday. Good gracious, please. How long is this next? Okay, the next section is not even long. The next section is not even long, man. So next week, Wednesday, I should be capable of finishing this. Should is the key word indeed. I don't think there's really anything else to say. How many, you know what? I'm curious, how many ticks do I have? Temptation! No. I must resist. I must resist the temptation. And instead, I'm going to start signing off here. So, I've been Soulrack Dragon. I hope you've all enjoyed today's stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same games. There's plenty of content for all to enjoy. I already said J6, not until the event is done am I going to roll for Aoko so she can come home to my Chaldea. If you did enjoy... Nope, I did not. I put Summer Ishtar up by 3. She is at 6. But if you do want to catch me live, description down below has links to the Twitch and Discord where you can follow or join to give me to check me out live. But for now, thank you all so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed.
I'm a little loopy right now, because I'm a little tired. So have a fantastic evening, everybody.